It's
recording started.
okay. Here we go.
Yeah. Again.
All right. Welcome to episode 1 of Happy Hour with Bruce. This is the podcast Happy Hour with Bruce. I'm the creator. This is Star Rookies. He is my best friend and also going to be a regular co-host. He may not be here every week, but he is going to be here a lot. So this is a combination of my invitation, my introduction, my beginning statements, whatever you want to call it, to my podcasting life. This is also going to be a intro to our review section series segments. So we're going to review things that we find compelling, that we're interested in, that we use in our daily lives, whether it be alcohol, things used in our house, things used for our car, whatever it might be. If we find it interesting or something that we may purchase for ourselves and you find that you may use it for yourselves, we are going to do a review on those things and let you know true and open and honest critique of these products. So today we're going to do Salted Caramel Crown Royal. As you can see,
it's a good product, but hold on just a minute. I'm Star Rookies, and this guy, Duck Bruce Simonas, my best friend, many years. Notice, Bruce, do you see up in the top left of the screen? What's it say?
In the weeds?
Says, no, what about the recording? This is our second attempt at this review of Crown Royal Salted Caramel. Now, we might be a little.
The bottle is like this, and not
that's why the bottle. Yes, because we did a full, almost hour episode, and we were really happy with it. And he said, "You know what, Brett?" He calls me Brett, Star Rookies. I don't think I hit the record button. What? What? We're doing our first episode, our first recording, and you didn't hit record. So
well, I realized when I hit recording, it takes me to another page that says something about beta, and then hit record again. I didn't see that.
As you can tell, we're new at this. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to make a run at it. We're going to put out episodes. If you watch, you watch. If you don't, you don't. We'd like you to watch to the end. We'd like you to comment and like. That'd be great. But we're getting a feel for this. We're putting our toes in the water, feeling the temperature of it, and we're going to go from there. We went with Crown Royal Salted Caramel because I really liked the product. Bruce had never tried it before, and I told him, you have to try it. He said, we'll do that for the first episode. So here we are. We're gonna do it, and we're going to open up the first box. Second box. This is 1.1.
While you're opening your box, I do want to say that Happy Hour with Bruce came about kind of randomly. My wife and I, who is also in the restaurant business, she works for a upscale, high-end, farm-to-table restaurant with a kitchen run by chefs, a humongous banquet facility, the whole 9 yards. I run a small family-owned seafood restaurant here in Southeast Florida that has about 20 to 25 total employees with both restaurants. But every day is a challenge that we seem to go through the same things. So as a couple, we talk about how was your day? She tells me, I tell her, I interject and my things about what I think she should do, and vice versa. And then at some point, because I apparently am over opinionated about things, she said, you should start a podcast or do something where you can say your piece because you have something to say about everything, which I do. So I said,
very opinionated.
And I said, I'll just start a podcast. And she said, well, you should, and just see what happens, because you need an outlet to say your piece that isn't just me. So 6 weeks later, here we are. So Rookies is my best friend. We talk every day. I told him what I was going to do. We started working on it together. And in the process, I bought some equipment for the podcast that I am not particularly happy with. I couldn't figure out. And he said, you should do a review on that. And then we start talking about that further. It's like, oh, we could do a review on everything. He has been a big fan of this Crown Royal since it came out. He's been talking about it.
Actually, to be fair, it's been out for 7 or 8 years. I think I looked up salted caramel, but it's a winter month brand.
So since it came out this past season.
Yes.
And so he decided to get more of it this year. He told me about it. He knows my love for Crown Royal, so I got some, and now we're going to do a review on it. And as luck would have it, and
fate,
surprising that the last time we started this podcast at like 5 o'clock, I did not hit record. I was drinking.
It's 6:48 now, so we're almost 2 hours into drinking.
And I knocked over a glass, broke it on my floor because I'm recording this from my kitchen. And now I'm doing laundry because I made a hell of a mess. And I drank a third of this bottle, but we're starting over.
But I've got a great shirt on, Cincinnati Bengals fan, but he had to change his shirt. Check out his shirt, folks. Check out his shirt.
It says I don't give a damn about my bad reputation with Joan Jett because
Jett.
But
jealous.
The premise of this podcast and this whole thing started with I've spent my entire life, 35, 37 years in the restaurant industry. I have been a server, a bartender, busser, host, prep cook, dishwasher, whatever you want to, anything that has to do with the restaurant business, I have done that. I have been blessed enough to own a couple of different restaurants, and here I am at 55 years old, and I feel like I have something to say. I feel like I have experienced enough, and I have enough expertise to help guide some of the new people, educate some of those folks, and influence some of the things that people are doing or thinking about doing in this business. So that's how we came to this. So although this is a podcast centered around the restaurant industry, it is actually open for all dialogue. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about, as long as it is interesting and not derogatory or discriminatory. We will talk about anything. If it is something worth our time, we will discuss it. As far as our review section goes, we will go and review anything and everything. We don't care if it's a phone, a laptop, earphones, a knife set, pots and pans, alcohol, beer, whatever.
Not a Lamborghini, though. I can't buy a Lamborghini. So
but we can rent one. But if you have something that you're interested in knowing about, that you're considering purchasing or using personally, and you're not sure about, let us know, and we will do that for you.
Elon, if you want to send a couple of Teslas, we'll give an honest review.
Damn right. But
Crown Royal is not subsidizing this. They don't know about this. We're going to tag them on this, but this is our true review of 1.1, of course, of Crown Royal Salted Caramel.
So that's how we got to this. So here we are as my introduction into the podcast world and my subset branching off, or whatever you want to call it, into the review world, because we're going to do other things as well. We decided to do this first. He mentioned it to me. I thought it was a great idea. So I purchased a couple of bottles, and we're going to try it out. And I'm not sure if it's unfortunate or fortunate.
Let's get to it. I
don't know if it's going to be good or bad that this is round 2, because I didn't record the first one, and I'm a little buzzed up, but we're going to try this neat. We're just in the glass, drinking it warm, and we're going to try it over ice. And then he's going to try it with Coke, because I don't drink soft drinks. Not because of any kind of dietary issues. I just don't like soft drinks, and I don't want to ruin the whiskey. But we're going to try it out, let you know what we think. It's going to be a completely honest evaluation of what we think, and then we'll just go from there, and we'll see what happens. So, rookies, what's first?
All right. Let's do this neat. I'm not going to do the salted caramel, Crown Royal, and Coke again. I could. I've got a Coke here.
Though, right?
I've opened it up. Salted caramel, Crown. I can drink Crown and Coke. Not my preference. I'd rather have Crown on the rocks, but the
it
salted
was syrupy
caramel
or something, right? It was like
Coke,
too sweet or something.
Too sweet. It just didn't blend well for me.
It was
you
like
might try it.
Something.
But yeah, if you're going to go out to a bar and order a drink for $8, $12, $15, don't do a Crown, salted caramel, and Coke. Just get it on the rocks. But let's do a little bit of a neat shot here.
I'm not going to waste my time with measuring it this time, so out of the bottle.
I thought you were going to do the old time pass it around. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. You're a few drinks in, my friend. See, I've got my nice little Crown Royal glass. I'm a fan, longtime fan of Crown.
And I broke mine about 30 minutes ago, or I'd be drinking out of the same glass, so...
Well, that was a hoot.
I'm telling you, I don't care how many times I drink that. That's so smooth.
It really is.
It's so good, and it's not bitter or harsh. It's like, it's really drinkable, and it's like I like it.
I think the salted makes it right for me. I think if it was just Crown Royal caramel, I think that would show too much sweetness. Salted caramel, it's got a little blend to it. It's not too sweet, but you can taste the caramel in there. Very, very nice drink. Very, very nice drink.
I'm a bourbon drinker. I like scotches. I like different things. And a friend of mine gave me a bottle of Johnny Walker Red like a year or so ago, and it was a half gallon, which is a lot of booze. The first couple times I drank it, choke it down. It's not a smooth or easy blend to drink, and you get used to it or whatever. But now when I pour a glass, I know, like I put it over ice, I let it wait. I wait. It's almost like steeping your tea. I let it wait for a minute, get some water mixed in there, and it's okay. Once I start drinking, it's not bad. But the first few drinks, it almost burns. This does not. Even Crown.
It doesn't.
I'm a big fan of Crown. Crown itself, like regular Crown, if you're not prepared for it, it'll take your breath a little bit. This is not like, you can tell that it's Crown, but you can't tell that it's like, it's enough. You could drink it warm, straight from the glass. Even if you're a newbie into the drinking of the whiskey, this is a very good flavor to drink. I like it. Especially this way here. I really enjoy this.
Well, let's move on to over ice. That's how I prefer drinking it, because I pour a little extra liquor into the glass. And
yes, that's so nice.
It is, isn't it?
I'm gonna actually do a liquor pour.
Not me, straight from the bottle. I got a little Xbox gaming to do tonight with my buddies, Brackman and Hicks, Louie.
Angel, don't forget Angel.
Avenging Angel, Felipe.
Angel, if you happen to see this, I apologize for pulling him away last week. I had a moment. Thank you for being understanding, but he is my best friend, and he let me go on my rampage for a couple days, so I apologize for all the time it took. So here mine is in this glass. I broke my Crown glass like a dumbass, and over some just straight up ice. We'll see.
1993. 92. I met this guy. See, that's the way I'll drink it.
That's really good.
That's the way I'll drink it.
Now, for me personally, I would just have it straight out of the glass, warm, not hot, but just room temperature, neat. For me, And normally I don't like it that way. Normally I want I want it over ice, let it melt a little bit, so you have like a little, actually with some water or what have you. But for this flavor and whatever this is, like I prefer just room temperature, not even any ice at all. Just that is very
my
simple.
only problem with that, with this drink, I would drink too much too fast because it is so good. I need this to water it down so that I can sip on it, eat some of the ice cubes. I get the little itty bitty ice cubes from my favorite gas station up the street, and I can elongate the time that I drink.
I see that. That totally makes total sense because I am not known for my self-control. Yeah,
we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Like let's reel it up a bit. But I will tell you,
limitations.
Like, right. If I were going to just have this at home, which I didn't want to tell you this, but I bought a second bottle. So,
you had faith in your little buddy. I appreciate that.
I did, because long story short, years ago, I worked at a bar that we did short shots, which was basically like a half shot. And the guy who owned the bar was a Crown fan, and we drank shots of Crown all the time. We drank short shots, which basically is a half a shot. And we drank them all day, every day, which led to me drinking Crown on the rocks. And then I put a little lime in there just to make it not so harsh. And then for years, I drank Crown on the rocks with a lime.
For the record, we're not being promoted by Crown Royal. They're welcome to if they want to send us some bottles to try. We've got another one we're going to try on an upcoming podcast.
Yeah, you want to support us and give us some monies, we'll do that too. But this is all because this is what we'd like to drink. So for about 15, 18 years, I drank Crown on the Rocks with a lime as my go-to drink. And anybody that was new to the drinking hobby, that was not something I would introduce you to because you would not like it. Same time I first tasted scotch, you either like it or you hate it, or you grow to like it by drinking it a lot.
You proclaim the greatness of Scotch. I'll do one of these reviews with you on one that you really like, but I've not been a Scotch fan ever.
And you either love it or you hate it.
Whiskey, bourbon, the Bourbon Life. Mark Rucker does the Bourbon Life. You can look it up on YouTube.
Great.
I'm a bourbon fan.
Great podcast. Super fucking podcast. Super knowledgeable and educational, like great podcast. And I think I said the F word. Sorry about that, but that's just who I am. But when it comes to like scotch and things like that, those are things you drink and either you like them or you learn to like them. And you only learn to like them by drinking them more often. Not because it's something you prefer. You just drink them a lot until it's like salmon. You eat salmon until you like salmon. Not because you just eat it and like it. So, but this, if you were a new whiskey drinker and you were first drank this as your first introduction to this, you would be hooked.
Yeah, it might be a hook that
but I think you'd be surprised when you got to regular Crown or Crown Black or the others that aren't with the sweet side. I think you would be shocked because this is like, I like this a lot over ice. I would just drink this straight out of the bottle, no ice, just warm, neat. For me, that's perfect. So I give this with neat 5 stars, over ice, like a 4.9 stars, only because I don't need the ice. Not because it's bad. I just don't need it.
That's not your method.
They're right. And I will say this only because of the first catastrophe in our first episode that we did not get recorded, with the Coke, to me it sucked. I will not do that. I would never suggest that. Not with this sweet flavor.
Yeah, I don't think the caramel walks with the Coke well enough for it to. Now I'll drink it with I drink a Purple Crystal Light, is I try to drink as much water as I can, and I drink Crystal Light Purple, the grape. I like it, and I drink it when I get at the end of the night, when I get to just ice cubes and a little bit of the Crown and water. I'll pour some of that Crystal Light grape, and it really does taste nice. It's got a good little wash down, because you want to be hydrated when you go to bed and not have a hangover in the morning.
Right. And as a side note, when you go out to the bars and you're out having a good time and out doing the things that you do, which we all do, and I recommend you should do because it's part of life and it's a lot of fun, and you're drinking bourbon and Cokes and whatever, that Diet Cokes should be the thing you add in as a mixer, not Coke, because all that sugar is what leads to a hangover. So that's a side note from me. But across the board, Crown Royal Salty Caramel gets a 5-star from me.
Yeah, big
without question. And I am not just giving the 5-star lightly. I love this product. Love it. And I'm sad that I did not buy the remaining product on the shelf, because I think there was 3 more bottles left.
Yeah, it's seasonal, and it's not going to be around for very long. This video will be helpful to people for next Christmas season, 2024, but not necessarily.
And this is what the Crown Royal website said about the salted caramel. It said it is a limited edition. It's available only in the winter to bring a little festive sweetness to your holiday season. And let me tell you something. That's exactly what it does.
It does.
And I am overwhelmingly sad that I did not buy out the rest of the stock, because if I knew how much I was going to enjoy that, I would have bought whatever bottles they had left. And the fact that I can't go back tomorrow because there's none left, it hurts my feelings a little bit. But I love this product. 5 stars across the board.
Very fond of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Very fond.
And again, Crown Royal is not sponsoring this in any way, shape, or form.
More than welcome to give us a shout out, Crown. We'll try your other products. We're going to try them anyway, but we know there's several out there. But salted caramel, yeah, heavy 5-star endorsement from me as well. I'm not going to mix it with Coke. I'm not going to mix it with anything. I'll drink it either neat or I'll drink it on the rocks and absolutely enjoy myself. I'll pay a little extra for the class-named liquor than the house. We've both bartended. I'm not drinking your house whiskey. Just not doing it.
Yeah, not even close. This will not. If you have this on your shelf when I'm there, you could just give me the bottle.
Just set it on the table. Set it on the bar.
Yeah. And we're coming pretty close to a close to this episode. I do want to say thank you to Star Rookies for having me here, joining me here. He is going to be, I hope, a regular contributor. He has his own things going on. He has his own channel and his own podcast. But a quick side note about Happy Hour with Bruce. I've been in the restaurant industry for my entire working life, about 37 years. I've been around the block. I've done everything from owning my own restaurants to a kitchen manager, service manager, corporate trainer, busser, host, bartender, dishwasher, anything you can think about. I have done those things. And I feel like personally I have a lot of experiences and knowledge to give out there to people, whether you're a newbie to the industry or somebody that is a seasoned vet. I think that this place has something for you. So when you need a place to go to vent and to get past your day that you just went through, I think this is the place to go. Will allow you an open forum to express what you just experienced and how to get past it, and hopefully help those who are coming up through the system and those that are trying to get out of the system, and to those that are buried in the system. This is a place to come and become one and just be a unifying force for each other. So come and help each other get through the day, and let's just enjoy each other's company, express what we've gone through, laugh about stuff, and share the crazy stories that we go through. And I just want this to be a place for education, information, and hilarious stories.
Still learning how to get a handle on this whole internet webcasting. Do you go live? Do you record? Do you edit? Do you upload? Do you download? How do you do this? We're trying to figure that out. So maybe we should do some side shows regarding how we're getting started, how we learned about it, how to get your foot. Step one. You got to take your first step. That's what all the videos say. Step one. We really enjoy the people in our lives. My circle's small. Bruce has got a little bigger circle, but he keeps a small circle. But this is all of us. So leave comments, leave messages. Tell us what you want to hear about. You want a review done? We'll do a review. You want to talk about how bad we did on something? Please tell us. Let us get better. Let us learn how to respond to an active audience. And going live. This isn't live, but we're going to figure that one out so that we can watch your comments and reply to your comments and engage with the audience. I think that's really, really important. I know Bruce wants to do that. I want to do that. This is fun. This is fun. He's got a family. No wife, no kids for me. For me, this is at least there'll be something left behind when I'm gone. And this is what it is. So let's have some fun. Let's interact. Let's ask questions. Let's just enjoy ourselves along the way.
And to add on to what he just said, we have been friends for 32, 33 years. And I am from a huge family. I have 8 brothers, 9 counting Brett, or Star Rookies. We are very close. We've been best friends for 30 years. But we have been through a lot of crazy and exciting, rewarding sometimes, and not rewarding other times things. We have done things that have been unacceptable as far as what we should be doing.
Okay.
Yeah. But the whole story is, I spent my life doing the restaurant world. Most people have no idea what we do or what we go through every single day. Nobody really understands the shit that we put up with from the guests, from the managers, from the employees, from the owners, from the stockholders, from everything. Very few people understand what that is like unless you're from the inside. And we are trying to figure out, at the same time, talk about what keeps us coming back every day. Something is in the mix of our brains and the chemistry of ourselves that still draws us back to this, realizing today's is potentially going to be abusive, toxic, overworked, unappreciated, whatever it might be. But we still somehow find the rewarding side that brings us back to the same thing every day. We can't help ourselves. So are we addicts of our own system? I think sometimes yes, but we can't help it because people like us aren't normal. Like there's 2 kinds of people that work in this industry. You come in, you work in this restaurant business, and then you quit and leave and you run as fast and as far away as you can. Or you come back tomorrow with the vigor of Goliath and you can't wait to start over. And we don't understand that. It's like, I'm 55 years old. I'm like, I've been doing this my whole life. Am I broken? What is making me do this again? Like, I keep coming back every day. And this, in my brain, the way I look at this is a place to come and join others like us to vent, express yourself, talk about, explain, educate others, welcome in people who don't know why they keep doing this. It's like a whole thing of you're not crazy by yourself. Come and like, there are others like you here. Come and join us. Like, but it's also for anybody else to join in, because it's just not the restaurant business. It's other places. You may not be in a restaurant business. Maybe you work for a car dealership. Maybe you work in the phone company or a doctor's office or whatever it might be. It's all the same thing. This is a place to come and be a part of a club that you're normally not welcome to, and we welcome you all in. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's a place where come in and find your way, and hopefully by what you've experienced and what you say will help others get past today. I hope that makes sense.
It does. Let's finish this up. We appreciate your all's attention. If you're here now, we'd appreciate a like, a follow. If you want to share this with your friends, that'd be great. I know people say that. I don't want to say it at the beginning, rather say it at the end. I'm Store Rookies. He's Happy Hour with Bruce. We really appreciate you all. Appreciate the attention, and any critiques, greatly appreciated at the end. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And as always, with Happy Hour with Bruce, salute.